Not ready to be a full-on contact participant, Paul George makes startling admission on his fitness ahead of training camp. The Philadelphia 76ers were hoping that the arrival of 9-time All-Star Paul George would help push them deeper into championship contention. Since joining the team in 2024 as a free agent, George has been expected to bolster Philadelphia's scoring and perimeter defense, giving the Sixers a true superstar on both ends of the floor. However, fans will need to temper their expectations for now, as George himself has made it clear that his fitness is still a work in progress. Paul George's injury history with the Sixers. PG-13 has struggled to stay healthy since arriving in Philadelphia. Last season, he played just 41 games, spending significant stretches on the bench due to various injuries. While his presence on the court was impactful when available, the extended absences prevented the team from fully integrating him into their lineup. Sixers fans had hoped that a new season would bring a healthier George, but recent developments suggest that patience will still be required. On Friday, Keith Pompey of the Philadelphia Inquirer shared an update on George's current health via X, quoting the star forward's candid admission, "He is not ready to be a full-on contact participant as training camp approaches." This statement indicates that while George may be able to participate in certain aspects of practice, he will likely avoid full contact drills that simulate game conditions. Recovery and current status. George underwent knee surgery in July to address an injury sustained during a workout session. The procedure was considered successful, but as with any major knee surgery, recovery is a gradual process. George will be easing back into basketball activities cautiously, prioritizing long-term health over immediate participation. Last season, George averaged 16.2 points, 5.3 rebounds, and 4.3 assists per game while shooting 43% from the field. These numbers highlight his versatility and ability to impact multiple facets of the game, even when limited by injury. The Sixers are counting on him to return to this level, or ideally higher, once fully healthy, making the management of his training and minutes critical in the early part of the season. Implications for Sixers training camp. The 76ers officially kick off preseason training camp on Saturday, and George's cautious approach will be one of the key storylines. While other players are expected to participate fully in all drills, George's limitations mean the coaching staff will need to carefully balance his court time with the need to integrate him into the team's offensive and defensive schemes. For Sixers fans, this approach may be frustrating, as expectations for a healthy, dominant Paul George remain high. However, the organization seems committed to ensuring that George can sustain his performance over the long term rather than risk re-injury by rushing back too soon. What this means for the upcoming season. Philadelphia's coaching staff will likely design individualized sessions for George, focusing on skill work, shooting drills, and conditioning, while holding off on full contact scrimmages. This approach may allow him to regain rhythm and confidence gradually without putting undue stress on his surgically repaired knee. While it remains unclear exactly when George will be ready for full contact participation, his admission provides transparency for fans and fantasy observers alike. Patience will be key, as rushing a player of his caliber could have long-term consequences for both George and the team. The bottom line. Paul George remains one of the NBA's elite talents, capable of transforming the Sixers' fortunes when healthy. Yet his own acknowledgement that he is not ready for full contact highlights the ongoing challenge of managing injuries for veteran stars. For Philadelphia, the priority will be ensuring that George enters the regular season at full strength, ready to contribute without risking setbacks. While fans may need to wait a little longer to see PG-13 in full action, the cautious approach taken by both player and organization could pay dividends in the long run, setting the stage for a strong, sustainable season for both George and the 76ers.